The phone rang again. Once or twice. You didn't move. I mean, it was nearly midnight, and you were alone in the house. Lights dimmed and popcorn forgotten on the couch beside you. Your phone buzzed again, beside the remote. Unknown number. You stared, and it rang again. With a shaky breath, you finally decided to just pick it up. Hello? Silence. You waited, heart thudding and ready to pick up. Then, hi, YN. The voice was low, warped by some kind of modulator, like something out of a horror movie. Your blood ran cold. Who is this? You asked, stuttering a bit. A chuckle. Just someone curious. You home alone? You stepped back from the window, instinctively drawing the curtain. Seriously, who the hell is this? No need to be rude, the voice said, lifting like a tease. I'm just trying to have a bit of fun. Your pulse jumped. Your thumb hovered over the screen to hang up when the voice said, if you hang up, I'll come inside. I'm just having a little fun. Your pulse jumped. Your thumb hovered over the screen to hang up when the voice said, if you hang up, I'll come inside. You froze. You scanned the room, eyes darting to the front door, the bolted windows, and the voice continued. You look good in that hoodie, by the way. The oversized one? Comfortable. Looks like something I'd wrap my hands around. Chills sprawled up your spine. You grabbed the fireplace poker, backing towards the stairs. "Aw," the voice cooed. "You're scared. I like that." "You need help," you said, mustering courage. "You're a freak." "I'm your freak, YN," the voice said, before the line went dead. You didn't sleep that night. You barely moved, eyes fixated on the door until the sun rose. And no one came. No one broke in, just silence. Days passed, and then the roses arrived. Dark, nearly black at the edges, wrapped in a black ribbon. No card, just a single word for in wrapping paper and Sharpie. Soon. Your friends tried to laugh it off. Some just weird admirer, probably. A joke. But you knew. You hadn't told anybody about the call, and it wasn't the kind of thing you'd imagined. The next night, the TV turned on by itself, volume blaring, horror movie Stab, of course, playing. You pulled the plug, your hands trembling, and that's when you saw it. A tall, black figure in the reflection of your blank screen. You spun around. Nothing. But your front door was wide open. You ran upstairs to your room, slamming it and locking the door. The phone rang again. "Boo," the voice said. "Why are you doing this?" you cried to the phone. There was a pause, and then softly, "Because I like you," you blinked. "What?" "Because I like you," he repeated, almost shy. "The way you move, the way you talk, the way you stupid laugh when you try to act tough when you're terrified." "You're watching me?" you almost screamed. "Every day," he said like a promise. "You're insane." "I've been called worse," he replied. You heard footsteps downstairs, slow and deliberate, your breath hitched. "You don't have to run," he said gently. "Not from me. I just want to talk. You're the first person who's ever made me feel something real." "By stalking me? Threatening me?" you said back. The voice was quiet. "I never meant to scare you. I mean, not really. I just didn't know how else to get your attention. I'm not exactly someone who could ask you out for coffee." Your hands started to shake. "What do you want?" you asked finally, and there was silence. Then, "To meet," the voice said. Your heart skipped. "Tonight, no tricks, no games, just me and you." "I don't even know who you are," you said, like the thought was insane because it kind of was. "You will," he promised, "if you come." Now, it was stupid, but you almost didn't go because this is fucking insane, but something in that voice haunted you. A strange longing, like somebody desperate to be seen. You felt like one of those final girls in those dumb movies and, the kind that people yell at from their TV screens, and suddenly you were starting to understand them a bit more. So against your better judgment, you followed the directions. A park on the edge of town past the moon. Midnight. Just past the woods. You waited, clutching your poker in your hand, breath visible in the cold night air. And then he appeared. GhostFace. The mask gleamed in the moonlight. The black robes flew, and he didn't speak. He just stood there, 10 feet away. "Why me?" you asked, voice cracking. He tilted his head. "Because you see people, even the ones no one else seems to notice." You stared at him. Don't even know what to say to this psycho. "I've seen you talk to loners at school, help strangers, your kindness rare. I scare people. I always have, but I didn't want to scare you. And yet here we are," you replied. Another step. "I didn't know how else to do it, but I wanted you to know me, really know me, the man behind the mask." "Then take it off," he whispered. He hesitated, and then slowly he pulled it off. You blinked. It was someone you recognized, a face you'd passed in the hallway a few times. Quiet, forgettable, but not anymore. "You." He nodded. "I know it's messed up, but this is me, all of me, and I wanted to show you that." You didn't speak for a long time. "I'm not asking for love," he said quietly. "Just a chance." You should have run. You should have told someone, screamed, but instead you stuck forward, lowering your poker. "Then don't lie anymore. Don't hide." He looked stunned, like no one had ever said that to him before because they probably hadn't. You stared at him beneath the trees, the moonlight washing over everything. It was dangerous, reckless, and completely insane, but somehow in the stillness, it felt real. Maybe you were a little twisted too, but you didn't run. Not from him. You shouldn't have come back. The thought clawed at your mind as you walked through the woods again. Every crunch of your boots on fallen leaves sounded like it was louder than it should have been. This was the third time you'd met him. Or rather, the man behind the mask. Eli, as he told you hesitantly, the last time, like his name might scare you off. It didn't. Maybe that was the worst part, that you were still here. The wind stirred in the branches above. You glanced over your shoulder. No one. But you could always feel him, always one step ahead, always watching. He never made you wait long. "You came back," he said, voice no longer modulated, but low and raw. Eli stepped upon behind a tree, the GhostFace mask hanging from his belt. His dark hoodie clung to his frame, and his eyes were soft and unreadable. "I shouldn't have," he said honestly. But you did. You did, you thought. And you didn't know what the hell you were going to do.